Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Caffeinated Dino, and today we're continuing Arcade Spirits. We are on level 3? What happened last time? Let's see. Oh, we went to an auction, right? And our character decided they wanted to be an events manager for the Funplex. Then those are the big things. We, had a little bit of an existential crisis while trapped inside an arcade machine about what we wanted to do with our lives and if we were happy and whatever, and the whole, are we settling? Should we settle? Let's not settle and compromise everything. Let's try and be happy. So yeah, they decided they want to be an events manager. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming this is going to start us with an event. So we'll find out. Level 3, take it to the max. I'm ready. Let's go. It's the future year 20X, and today is the day. Well, not the actual big day when we reveal Wyvern Keep, but a big day in relation to that big day. And I am completely stressed out. My mission, should I choose to accept, and I kinda already chose to accept, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one that I'm in charge of. The one that I've put a ton of effort and hope into already. The one where, if nobody shows up, it spells doom for all. Hey, no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, I'll only be the laughing stock to the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my days. I'll be shamed and forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. Snap out of it, Louie. Wow, did you see that hot dog price? It was $9. Sorry, I was very distracted by that. That's a lot of money for a hot dog. Sorry. Let's focus on what's right here, right now. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people that keep bumping into me and smell like corn chips. And there is nowhere to run. I might be in a little over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker and resistant to sticky soda hands touching me accidentally. But nothing could have prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people? I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds, not me, but come on now. This isn't a crowd, this is a Gojira-sized evacuation mosh pit. Complete with Gojira-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings. Hey. Wow, it's so exciting. Isn't it exciting, Louie? That is a word, yes. I've never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle. Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really need to get away for a weekend. Ooh. Hey Louie, how are you holding up? You're looking a little green around the gills there. I can smile through this. I'm holding up. As long as I can keep my internal monologue going and be able to speak frankly from my own mind, I'll be fine on the outside. It's a perfect facade. Can you tell by my awkward smile, my eyes wide open, the tilt of my head, that I'm holding up perfectly?
BFFs for life.
That is exactly why I came here with you, to help you in your hour of need. And do life for the weekend, but still, hour of need. It's true, Jennifer has helped me get through a lot, but beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up to me for the whole job offer situation. It's nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay a sticking point between us. So, what's the plan? Huh? We can't just stand around all day, Louie. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make your Funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just going to sort of play it by ear. You didn't plan for this? Like, at all? I was too busy lying awake all night stressing not to worry about planning things, like I'm new at event management, much less event promotion. Louie! Well, let's start with this. Jimmer swings her book bag off her shoulders and crouches on the ground. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I'm holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly. The ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. Why are copy rules always so strict in office jobs? It's just paper, and I needed it. I flip a sheet over and I start to remember. It was about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than an emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Francine stayed home that day. She was marathoning a competitive knitting show, or something like that. Naomi was out shopping for some extra parts. The Dig Dug machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kid spilling a slushie on it. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty funplex changed rapidly. When Teo came into the funplex carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters.
Hello there.
Heyo Lily. Heyo Ashley. Welcome home, Teo.
Hiya.
Good morning, my fair Teo. How's art thou? Only so freaking excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Please don't. That'd be an awful mess to clean up. We don't nearly have enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the bloodstains, and I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body parts in. Not to mention the years of therapy Lily and I will have to go through to get over how horrible it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you. I just can't afford it.
Sheesh.
It's just a turn of phrase. Chill. I'm not going to literally explode. But, guess what's happening in 2 weeks? It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos as a movie quad? Please tell me we're gonna find them to replace that blindingly horrid casino-like carpet beneath our feet. Hey, I like the carpet. It's fun. No and no. Okay, I guess I seized enough. Teo took the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's Max time! Bring your quarters. The largest arcade gaming festival is here. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
But Max? Max is already here?
Oh, poops.
I thought it wasn't for another month. That means I really gotta double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I've got so much to do.
Bummer.
I know, right? I still have to meet with all the dancers and work on our synchronized dance routine. Nearly not enough time to perfect it. And I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. I still have to finish hand sewing all the embellishments on my tailcoat. Find or make a decent pocket watch. And start and finish my 3rd cosplay. Ugh, Def, take me now. But wait, can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? The best gaming convention ever. Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused. It requires further exposition. Max is a Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. Oh, wrong person. It happens every year around this time, over on the West Coast. But this year, they're having a Max right here in our city, and it's going to be the biggest one yet.
Yes.
And I go every year and show off my newest cosplay.
Love it.
It's a great way to meet a whole bunch of other arcade people. And catch up with those you haven't seen since the last convention. It's so much fun! Oh, okay, yes, okay. I see why you're both excited. Sounds cool. Yep. And I was thinking we could put up some Max posters on the Funplex to, you know, get all the locals hyped about it. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally, an East Coast Max. We gotta make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo, Ashley, and I spent the next half an hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We plastered as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins into the wall, Teo and Ashley kept telling me stories of past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious at the very least. Hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo-choo! But importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we can use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. As the Funplex newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast. It'd be perfect. Hey, can we promote the Funplex event at Max? Good for local buzz, and maybe we can convince some out-of-towners to stick around for it. Ooh, that's the one you've been working on, right, Louie? Yeah, I've got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to the Evans' displeasure, and more. And we'll be revealing the new game we got from the raid. I see. And do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Louie. What's it called? I've been thinking long and hard on coming up with a perfect name. But I think I figured it out. You ready? Am I? The suspense is killing us. The Funplex event will be called... Oh no, I had to actually type something in? Extravaganza? How do you spell extravaganza? Hold on, I'm gonna look up how to spell it. Because I don't know how to spell this. I'll be gonna find it in Fat Finger my entire thing. Extravaganza. Okay, extravaganza. Oh, it's only 50 characters max. It doesn't fit. 15 characters max, huh? Extravaganza takes up most of them. What are we gonna call it? Yikes, I wasn't ready to name something. What's another word for extravaganza? Spectacular? Funplex spectacle? Spectacle? Nope, that doesn't fit. Oh no! Oh god, I'm so stuck. I should have just left it as Funplex. No, Gaming Night doesn't fit either. Everything I think of is too long. Oh my god. I'm gonna end up doing no spaces. Alright, we're just gonna leave it as extravaganza. I can't think of anything else. I think I'm calling it extravaganza. How's that sound, I wonder? Yeah, sure, I don't know. We shall call it extravaganza. What do you think, eh? Eh? Oh, I do so love it.
Amazing!
It's perfect. Really? You named it extravaganza? There are worse things you could have called it. It's kind of catchy though. Nice work, friend. Ha, thanks you two. So how do I get tickets to Max? Can we advertise there? And how much would all that cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know. You mean you don't already have your tickets? No, I just heard about it today. How would I have tickets already? They sell out like on day one, my friend. Actually, they sell out in 20 minutes on day one, and all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. What? No! My greatest plans foiled.
Beep beep.
Beep beep. Louie, while you were all talking, I located all the scalpers who are selling tickets online at exorbitant prices. Then I hacked into their IP address, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make the list very difficult if it got out into the open. After contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak the sensitive material into the internet in exchange for selling the tickets at their original prices.
Hooray!
And they gladly obliged. Such nice humans. I transferred the funds from your account to theirs and secured the tickets. Iris, you can't just spend my money. You'll be getting an email for 2 Max tickets in approximately 3, 2, 1, done. Oh, and I suggest you invite Juniper to come along as your second. According to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and can use a mini vacation. Okay, but Iris? It's kind of known as blackmail. What you just did is technically very, very illegal. Don't worry, Louie. I raised all possible leads back to you. You'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the Funplex, isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do. Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. I couldn't be doing it without her, even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Fine, but next time let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets, now you can go. Sweet. But I'm not going to pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like Max. Also, while I was procuring your tickets, I stumbled across the Funplex Baseball account. It hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, and 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. Wait, they have a Facewall account? I mean, that does make sense, but still, I had no clue of its existence. I sort of run it. I'm really bad at keeping up on it, though. It sounds like it would be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance. I'm not going to waste my time with it." That also sounds like Gavin. Yeah, and Francine is too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is too busy with all her beloved games, so it fell into my hands. Which, as Iris stated, I haven't been doing a great job at it. Well, we should take advantage of it for this. We can use Baseball accounts to spread the word of Extravaganza. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or if you want, you can take it over as the event manager. That makes sense. Let's take over it. That does make sense. I really should take on this responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex. And Ashley's right. Getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this. Ashley, can you email me the login info? Yep, and yep. Ashley pulls out her phone and fiddles with it for a minute. Login get. Congratulations, you are now the new owner of our social media accounts. Huzzah, the power is all mine. Mine. Ashley, are you sure you want to give to Louis this much power? In fact, they threw their head back and cackled isn't a sign enough. I don't know what is. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent. Hey, I can help the Funplex keep up with baseball too. I can program timed posts and effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many talents. That'd be helpful actually, just, you know, don't break any laws.
Sounds good.
Understood. Do I have permission to access your contacts on your Facewall? Sure. And there. I sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and the friends list about Extravaganza. That was fast. No joke. One more thing. Your site should have about 35% more images. Did you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? Sometimes they just don't understand you sentient beings. Your Iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for our event. We can hand them out at Max, too. And of course, put them up around the arcade. Okay, the arcade isn't too hectic today. Ashley, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the con-goers. It is time to deploy my mad artist skills. Ooh, sounds like a plan. Let's make this the best Max ever, or one we will never forget. I spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster, at any rate. Which brings me back around to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Oh, I took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little. And changing font selection, picking out new clip art, and rearranging everything and using a poppier color scheme. But I liked my original design. Louis, you used Comic Sans and Papyrus. Comic Sans is cool, right? It looks like comic books. Gamer alerts love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in that movie with the blue cat people, aliens, everybody loved. Really? Is the Avatar logo Papyrus? Take it from a wannabe visual designer. Comic Sans is a one-way ticket to the uncool zone. But these new photos are gonna pull people in from the four corners of the globe. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess these are kinda not bad. Pretty good, actually. Okay, they're far superior by every conceivable metric. I didn't know you were an artist, Juniper. I'm not really. I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, Anyway, if a snack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a coffee shop or something. You can run off more. Publishing document, get. So, back to the point at hand. Getting the information to the masses. Maybe if we just start yelling, "Hey, you guys!" Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper. What? Yelling is probably not the best way to get a word out. I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised they would help me, so I think I'll just hang out until they arrive. As you like, it seems my work here is done. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. You Funflex folks fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I wanted to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. Not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, it's interesting and stuff.
Later.
Oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you at home. Good luck, Louie. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly as she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all really didn't stick until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. It's actually pretty darn inspiring. I muster enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually, I find a safe space with a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion, of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have spaces set up with stages, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts into lines of people. Can we talk about these lines for a second, though? There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to go see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into other lines. And they just wait there, standing, happily chittering amongst themselves. I had trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at the whole store for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that'll be released in 4 months. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. Sensory output here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as the crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashup of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to the extravaganza, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music from behind me. I feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes, and I turn around. Louie! Teo sets down a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognize the music now. It's from Showtime Stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn down the music, and he complies. The last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get a chance to talk to anybody. Hey! Sorry I'm late. I had some last-minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries, I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived thus far. Yeah, looks like you're significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Don't congratulate me yet, we still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this is for the Showtime Stage gathering. There are going to be a couple hundred of us from all over the world. I didn't realize there's Showtime Stage communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
We're actually the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be part of our Showtime Stage flash mob. What? Yes? I want to join in. I admit, I probably spent too much time watching videos of flash mobs, doing random stuff for upvotes, but they look like so much fun. And take everyone by surprise like that, I want to see what the looks in their faces. I want in. Louie, it might be a little too late for that. Yeah, you gotta learn a whole routine. You can't just learn it in an instant. I've been planning it for months, and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of all the Showtime groups. There's a lot of work from all sides to make this come together. Now all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, Louie, you should come watch it. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. Is that Ashley? She mentioned needing a tailcoat. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself a white Vigo gloves. With a cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. As he approached, the crowd parted like waves for Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. With the rest of the crowd, I was taken aback at how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I felt like I had time warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Teo and gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculous out of place, but not at an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. It's all about ninja maids and battle butlers, duking it out for the right to serve a fancy party, or something. Let's be nice. Oh my, I think I'm in love. My love for butlers was unbeknownst to me until this very moment. In retrospect, it's probably a good thing, otherwise maybe I would have ended up owning a butler cafe. Which, now that I think about it, isn't that bad of an idea. But I digress. Point being, this butler has stolen my heart and served it up on a silver platter. Hello, butler friend. Will you marry me? Please? Louis, it's me. Huh? How does Mr. Butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who's also a butler? What if... we work together? Huh. Did Francine not tell me about it? How long have gathered Naomi and... Ashley? Took you long enough. Jeez. The confused look in your face? Ha! Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's crossplays before? Possibly? Probably not. What's crossplay? It's when you cosplay as another gender. Okay, Ashley, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. I'm sorry to let you think otherwise for a minute, but it was all in good fun. No worries, it's pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need to be like 5 inches taller, and I didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. Regardless, the cocktail party is starting soon, and I need to get over there. You should come with me. Hey now, Louis was going with me to the Showtime stage gathering. Well, whatever Louis wants to do, it's their choice. That's fair. Either way, it would be a good opportunity to promote Extravaganza to one crowd or another. So, would you like to come with me to the cosplay parade? Or join me in the flash mob? Oh, I don't want to pick between them. Why is the cosplay parade and the flash mob at the same time? How long is this convention? Surely you guys can do it at different times. My brain says, realistically, maybe the parade will still be going after the flash mob, and so we can definitely go to the both. But knowing video games, probably not. I don't know. We already said yes to Teo first, so I guess we're gonna go with Teo. Yeah, we said yes to him first.
Hell yeah.
Yes, let's go. Teo led the way as we navigated around clusters in the crowd, his boombox carried at his side. There was zigging and zagging through hallways, people and booths. Every step I took, I was a bit more bewildered by the whole event, and the more I felt very, very small in an entire ocean of arcade fans. How was I supposed to inform all these people about Extravaganza? There's literally no way to get the word out to thousands of gamers. It was going to take a gaming miracle. Or at least not a complete and utter failure. Heck, I'd even settle for not getting trampled and having maybe like 10 people show up. Set your expectations low, so when something happens, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Another family motto. But that's not what I'm about anymore. I'm trying to break the mold, right? And here we are, my friend. When our race to the maze ended, we were standing in an atrium of sorts. Glass ceilings and walls covered half of the space, letting in a ton of natural light. It was a welcome shock to the system. Working in the arcade business, you rarely have access to windows, and the convention center for Max was no different. It was all simple psychology, really. No windows equals no sense of time for people, meaning they spend way more time and money in their arcades because they lose track of it all. At least, that's what Gavin taught me. And I'm pretty sure he knows the science in arcades and the people in them. The atrium is pretty secluded from the rest of the convention. It's quieter than all the hustle and bustle of the main hall. People are more dispersed here, since this location also holds a food court. People are slurping down fruit smoothies and munching on fries while enjoying a break from the craziness that is Max. Don't get me wrong, there are still games out here, just significantly less. And all the games here are dancing games. There are a few stages set up around the space, and people are dancing to their heart's content. I see classics like DDR and ITG, and Showtime stage highlighted in the center.
Hey, pretty great spot, isn't it?
I can see why you chose this place. It's Dance Central. Well, not Dance Central by Harmonix. Just, Dance Central. I think it's the only place big enough for your flash mobs.
Hey, keep it quiet. Flash mobs are supposed to be all secret and stuff until it all goes down.
My lips are mum from here on out. Sealed, I mean.
Good. I can't have you ruining the surprise. But in all seriousness, I really appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me. Cheering me on and just being your amazing self. I'm honored to call you my friend.
Hey, that's what friends are for. I got your back. Speaking of being friends, you want to help me get the word out about Extravaganza? I was hoping you'd volunteer.
For you? I got you. But it'll have to wait until after the flash mob. We should be starting any minute now.
I'm just waiting for my leads to show up. While I stand next to Teo, I note several familiar faces from the Funplex. It looks like most of the Showtime stage regulars showed up to support Teo. Most of them are chatting amongst themselves, some playing the various dancing games while others are waiting for Teo's signal. Speaking of the Dancing King himself, Teo looks like a sheepdog that's lost his herd. He's watching the crowds frantically for his friends, and he's mumbling to himself under his breath. He normally has such a calm and collected air about him. This is completely unlike him. Teo, what's up?
Well,
I'm just worried about everything collapsing from underneath me. The whole thing won't work unless I have all the group leaders. And right now, it's just me and my sister. Sister? You never mentioned you had a sister before. Well, you don't really talk about family much, so I felt it would be impolite to bring it up. Touché. Your sister's one of the dance leaders?
absolutely.
Oh yeah, honestly, she's probably a better dancer than I am. She taught me everything I know about dancing, from the chase to the moonwalk. When I was a kid, I would watch her dance recitals, and it'd be in complete awe. Every turn, step, and movement done with absolute elegance. I can't even come close to comparing to my sister. I'm awful. Hold up just a minute. Teo rolls his eyes and lets out an exasperated sigh at my cool dancing pun. You're way more talented than all the others that dance at the Funplex. That's why they chose you as their leader. They look up to you so much, for more than teaching new dogs old tricks. You're kind, Louie, but what you don't understand is that Showtime stage is completely different than traditional dance. You lost me, like we were walking along the same point there, but then I spotted a candy store and ran off. That's how lost I am. With Showtime stage, you're forced to move within a finite box. You can't glide against the dance floor or jump as high as you want in a grand jeté. While it looks very similar, it's restrictive. Dance is all about freedom of expression, and you don't have that much as a Showtime stage. While I'm not the best dancer, I am good at one thing. What's that? Games.
Exactly.
Games with dancing elements in them, to be exact. Funny enough, my sister doesn't even play dancing games. She's terrible at them, in fact. But she helps me figure this whole flash mob out, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to be mortified. How that will have looked if 300 people are all prancing around out of sync. Teo holds his hands up to his face in horror, much like the screen painting. When I look at his hands, I can see them shaking. He's doing his best to keep together, but if I don't find a way to calm him down, he's going to break. I don't think hugging or dancing is going to help, so I guess talk him down? Teo needs to understand that even if he messes this up, this is no small feat. Teo, try to take a deep breath. Even if everything goes horribly awry, your sister's going to be so proud of you. You think so? Of course, her little brother is following in her footsteps. I can't think of any sibling that would be upset by that. Plus, if she completely hates you after this, not gonna lie, I make a pretty good sibling. You, straight-laced, by-the-book Louie, I think we make better friends. Teo looks way more relaxed now. He's laughing and smiling like he normally does.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm so ready for this now. Oh, Louie, can you excuse me for a minute? I see my peeps. I nod and he dashes off towards a group of people. They're all huddled together, and when Teo approaches, they all give him hugs and high fives. Everyone is in a great spirits as they're getting ready for the big moment. Teo grabs his boombox from where he left it earlier and makes his way up to the main stage. As soon as his foot touches the platform, the Funplex crew who had commandeered Showtime stage quickly spring into action. One of them runs behind the Showtime stage cabinet and unplugs it from the wall. The bouncy Euro pop that was playing is replaced with dead silence. A collective gasp comes from the atrium. The other crew members pull out a microphone from a nearby pack and hands it to Teo. He plugs the cord into the back of his boombox and brings it close to his mouth. Max, are you ready for me to rock your body? There are cheers from the crowd as all the dancers are ready to get on with the flash mob. The light of the crowd is feeding Teo's energy and he's gulping it up. Don't turn away, not even for a second. Teo looks directly at me and winks. Watch me now. Teo begins to snap and everyone falls into place. As Teo moves his body, everyone in the audience starts to mimic him. Slowly, more people join in, group of people after group of people. Soon the entire room is dancing, moving together like a school of fish. But way more upbeat and not getting eaten by sharks. The music pumps into the atrium and everyone is feeling it. Teo leads the flash mob from the stage and he's putting his entire spirit in. Smiling from ear to ear as he hits every beat with utter precision. The congoers who aren't participating in the flash mob have pulled out their phones and are recording the whole thing. Gamers are exchanging gossip and taking pictures. I'm sure I'll be reading all about this all over social media. Actually, I should probably post something about this on our face wall. I pull out my phone like everyone else and snap a few pics and video clips. The flash mob itself didn't last more than a few minutes. At a dramatic end, Teo jumps off the stage and into the crowd. People immediately park for Teo as he strolls deeper into the middle of the masses. The same Funplex crew members that helped earlier are following Teo with his boombox. Once Teo makes it to the center of the crowd, he motions for his friends to put it down. Once again, he brings the mic up. Well, did you like it? And once again, cheers erupt from the throng of dancers. Teo claps along with all the bystanders.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max. You are all too sweet. You know, I couldn't have done this whole thing without the help of my friend, Louie. Really, not your sister? More clapping and shouting, only this time it's... for me? They gave me encouragement when I needed it most. Louie, why don't you come here for a minute? Me? I point to myself. No, the other Louie standing behind you. Get your buns over here. I feel a couple of people lightly push me towards Teo. Hesitantly, I made my way over to him. It was weird to be surrounded by that many people, but being next to Teo made me feel comfortable about the whole situation. It's good to have backup. Everyone, give it up for Louie! More happy people cheer for me. Now, I really want you all to listen to them. Like, really listen. It's an important announcement. Teo hands me the mic and leans in next to me, whispering in my ear. You want to help with the extravaganza, right? Well, you've got the floor. Go ahead and tell everyone about it. Looking out at the masses, my chest feels tight and I can feel a bead of sweat run down my back. Teo smiled at me earnestly, waiting for me to speak to everyone. This was it, wasn't it? This is what I had been asking for, to go out and do something for myself. I couldn't back down now. I had to do this for myself. I was going to prove to myself that I am not a duplication of my family. I can break the mold. Huh? I took a deep breath and mustered every ounce of confidence I can find hiding within. I took the mic in my hand, blinked once, and began to speak. How's everyone enjoying their Max? A good amount of wooing and cheering came from those around me. Step 1. Always get the audience on your side. What about that flash mob, though? Fantastic, right? I know you're all having such a great time, and why let it end after today? Next weekend, Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall is going to be putting on a special event, and it's going to be one hell of a time. It's called Extravaganza, and we need your help to make it as good, if not better, than Max. Teo leans in to play the part of my co-MC.
Sure.
You had me at special event. Tell me more. The Funplex is a growing and humble arcade, but packed with the best games around and the best gamers around. It's our first big event and we need your help to make it rock. We're having a Fist of Discomfort tournament, an exhibition event to break the world record high score of Moopy's Magical Maze, high score competitions on every game in the arcade all day long, and we'll be revealing a brand new mystery game, a rarity you won't believe. But that's not all, right, Louie? Nope, Showtime Stage is a huge part of the Funplex, and we owe Teo our thanks to that. As you know, he's cultivated his community to what it is today, and to celebrate that, we want to offer the exclusive event to all you dancers out there. The special dancing event extravaganza will be, drum roll please. Teo starts clapping his hands on his thighs to imitate a drum. I think tournament is best. We can't say free play for the entire event because Gavin will kill us. And I think Gavin will also kill us if we have to suddenly hire a live DJ. So let's go tournament. We can't just have one tournament extravaganza. I know just how competitive those dancers get. We can do an official side tournament and have the cash prize of all the buy-in money. Gavin probably won't mind. It's perfect. We can't let all those fighting gamers get all the fun tournaments, can we? At Extravaganza, we're going to have our very own Showtime Stage tournament. With prizes! Another roar from everyone in the atrium. It's so loud that I swear the windows shook. Fantastic! Everything you said sounds just amazing. I know I'll be there. Wonderful, and I hope to see all of your faces out there next weekend. I point to as many people around me as I can. There were several more shouts, and then naturally the crowd started to disperse. As Teo and I were cleaning up after the flash mob, my phone in my pocket started going off. At first, it was just a couple of vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone started seizing. What the? I pulled my phone from my pocket, and when I looked at it, the Funplex Facewall had over 1,000 likes. No, really. What? The hell?
Beep beep.
Beep beep. Can I interrupt? I might have borrowed the pictures and video clips you snapped earlier and applied the proper hashtags and links to the Funplex social media accounts.
Good work.
Since content went live, activity on the Funplex Facewall has increased 700%. The buzz about Extravaganza is off the scale. Note to self, and then the new scale. I quickly scanned my own Facewall, and even people I knew who were in Arcadish were talking up a storm about it. I also heard people around me discussing it. I can't wait until next weekend. The Extravaganza thing sounds like a blast. I'm totally going to that Funplex arcade. What's this mystery game they mentioned? It was great to hear all the buzz around the atrium, and Iris really helped the social media aspect. I can't believe it was that easy. Sometimes that's all it takes. That was great fun, but I'm totally exhausted. Me too. But you didn't dance. Hey, I faced my fears in front of several hundred people. If that's not exhausting, then I don't know what is. Plus, I'm hungry. You can always go over to one of the food vendors and pay $12 for overly salted french fries. Well, there goes my appetite. You know, Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex, along with some other local arcades in Hall B. Can always pop by there for a briefer with some friends. How about I meet you there later? I need to debrief with the other leaders first. Sounds good. Be seeing you. I wave bye to Teo as I make my way towards Exhibit Hall B on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. Let's see, Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... Well now, pretty much everybody else in the crew, save for Francine. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. They've got some time, maybe I can bend someone's... Maybe I can bend someone's ear in the meanwhile. Let's see, what's everybody doing right now? Let's try with Naomi. I don't know why she's working on fixing something right this moment. Gavin's probably bored, but we're at a gaming convention. I'd rather talk with Naomi. Naomi's more of a gamer than he is. I think. She's definitely cheerier. Naomi looks totally frustrated with monitor chases for her game partially removed so she can tinker with it.
Hmm.
There's definitely neck glow, so the neck can't be cracked, so why am I getting nothing at all? Hey Naomi. Oh, Louie. Sorry, I was wrapped up in my own little world there. What's up? I'm taking a break, and as of now, you are on break as well. That's sweet, but I really can't. You're getting nowhere with that game. Take a break, consider it an order. I guess I'm on break then. Cool. You want to get away from the crowd for a bit? Find a quieter corner and hang out, decompress a bit?
Ugh.
Absolutely. I can busy myself with the games, but I hate the crowds. Always have. Every year I go to Max. Yui reaches out and grabs my hand before I can object and drags us off to a semi-quiet little niche between two display booths. Good for a private conversation. Okay, no broken games, no chattering strangers. Good. Honestly, I love my retro games, but I wish they'd break down less often. All this 1980 tech is fun to play with, except when downtime is lost profits. Okay, so I gotta know, why the fixation on retro games? I'm not saying they aren't cool, it's just not something folks our age are usually into, right?
I'd contest that with posts by 20-somethings on classic game collector sites. But you're really asking why I'm into this stuff. And hey, what's not to love? The cool glow of a cathode ray tube, blooming color through the scan lines, the simple and clean pixel art style. One stick, a few buttons, easy to learn, hard to master. You can keep your crazy networked real-time strategy beat-em-up esports fighters thingies. Give me a maze, or a spaceship, or a bunch of dots any day.
Or a princess to rescue and turtles to jump on? Right, we need more jumping than the rescuing. Although, I do like the princess rescue the prince in the Wyvern Keep. Good pick, Louie. Weren't you pulling for me to pick Space Invaders? Well, yeah, but I did Wyvern Keep too. So how'd you get started with retro games? Well, I know the cliche answer is I had an older brother who introduced me to games, but that's basically the truth. Sort of, indirectly, I guess. For a whole summer, my jerk brother was in charge of babysitting me. And being a teenager, he didn't want to bother. He wanted to go to the arcade and hang out with his friends. So he dragged little me with him to the arcade, gave me $50 tokens, and told me to keep myself busy. At first I played what all kids played, ticket games, prize games, but I got bored of it fast, realizing I wasn't winning much of anything. Honestly, kids are smart, right? They gotta realize they're being scammed. Well, when you really want a toy with all your heart. Don't be so hard on kids. I worked before for weeks. I've seen how fixated a kid can get on some high-ticket plushie. When you've made up your mind and already spent piles of tokens, well, you gotta keep going. Otherwise, you just admit it wasn't worth it. Yeah, it's cruel, the sunk cost fallacy. I wish I could just give those kids the toy they want, or I don't know, sell it. But no way Gavin would allow that. Plus, well, there was one other problem with the ticket game area. Too many kids. Just too many kids I didn't know from schools I didn't go to. I was too timid to ask someone to leave the game I wanted to play, or to even hover around them, worrying they might talk to me. I'm not really good to strangers, huge crowds of them. Once I get to know someone well, you're not a stranger. That's different. Like you, I got to know you quickly enough. Considering she gave me her lunch on day one, quickly indeed. But there was one area of the arcade which had next to nobody playing games, where I didn't need to put a quarter up and wait in line. Where everything was fun. Retro games. Exactly. Only a few older guys back there. I could play anything I wanted. Every game was a single token, and it was also amazingly cool and flashy and colorful and... oh, it was paradise. Those games were my new best friends. Now I look forward to my jerk of a brother abandoning me in the arcade to go play fighting games. Eventually summer vacation ended and I was back to school, but I kept visiting arcades, especially ones with good retro collections. So, that's how I got into classic arcade games. Somebody call a doctor. This girl's got Pac-Man fever. Sadly, it's an incurable condition. Oh, I bought that album. Buckner and Garcia. Amazing stuff. It's got all sorts of songs about Donkey Kong, Centipede, Frogger. You can borrow my copy if you want. I've got it on vinyl and tape. I lack any hardware whatsoever which can play those. Really? But vinyl is so much better than MP3. Ladies and gentlemen, Naomi Fairchild, the hipster who could fit in your pocket. I know it's a little weird for me to not be interested in newer games, and it sounds like new games are universally awful. But I like what I like. I love what I love. I do what I love for a living. How cool is that? As long as the Funplex stays open and keeps the Stretchel spirit bright, I'll be happy. Well, event manager Louie will see to it that we keep our doors open. That's why I'm here at the Max, to make this event the big deal it deserves to be. Thanks so much for that. I'm no good at the meet and greet stuff. I think we should both get back to what we do best. For the glory of the Funplex. For the glory of the Funplex. The two of us make our way to the mini Funplex. Her to resume tinkering, me to catch up with Teo and Ashley again. My current status? Sitting. And enjoying it. It took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and I have a slight headache from all the noise. And there are still 4 more hours of Max left. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state, leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted, I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close and frown. Grumbling, he'd say, "Louie, may I remind you, these seats are for patrons only." I audibly sigh, just thinking about it. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor is not working. Freedom. My buttons are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word out about Extravaganza was great. Seeing people's faces light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, watching Teo inspire the crowd was an added bonus. His energy is infectious. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment, and of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Louie. We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex pop-up arcade. Yes, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures on my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like, right now. Yes, his concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Both look up at me, guiltily. Then we have more important matters. Max is over in a few hours, and we have a lot of work left to do. You're right, Louie. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret is safe with me. Right, so, business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend, and she's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition. It's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. It's called Magical Moon Cuties? Yeah, that's the one, and she's thinking about premiering it at Extravaganza.
Oh my gosh!
It would be cooler than cool. It sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely, my friend's somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz at least. Are you kidding, Teo? We'd be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back toward the mall hall with Teo, I hear a call from behind me. Wait! I turn around and see Ashley standing there, fidgeting. Her green eyes are darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I, too, have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do.
Huh?
What's your idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what I'm proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You see the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of all major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it. Exactly my point. Everyone is looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer that we made into the rotation.
Whoa!
You want to do what? Shh. Keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out. But I have to admit, you've got me intrigued, and it'd definitely work. But I don't know. Trust me.
What about?
Of course, we need to go in disguise. I'm already nice with disguise, but we really need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting, exactly? To distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it. I've got the perfect maid costume for you. It's from Melee Maiden. It's the same thing my costume's from. A maid costume? You want to put me in a maid costume? It'll be fun, and just a ticket for keeping people from recognizing you. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I suggest going with Teo instead and let me take care of the advertising myself. It's cool. I can do it. Totally up to you, though. Though I think you look super cute as a maid. Let's not forget about magical moon kitties. I suggest you come with me instead. Far safer. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashing advertising would certainly drive foot traffic. Even getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris can help us do it safely without anyone noticing. Safer than Ashley going off on her own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick and result in far less jail time. Oh my god. The problem with Ashley's idea is that if we advertise the Funplex, they're gonna know that someone from the Funplex did it. And there's only like 5 of us, including Francine. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get caught. That's a terrible idea. So I don't think Ashley's idea is a good one. Like, yeah, no, I think it's a terrible idea. I'm gonna unfortunately go with Teo again in this case. Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I don't feel like getting carted off to jail today. It's not on my scheduled agenda. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can handle breaking and entering all by herself. And yes, I didn't realize how wrong that sounds, even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime, so much that you can sneak into the Natural History Museum and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg? I don't know how to pronounce that. In the middle of the day. I've got like 12 bobby pins holding this wig on. I won't let you down. I know you won't, and please, try to be careful. Ashley smiles wildly before prancing off into a crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Louie. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Fair enough. Well, should we go see a lady about an indie game? We shall. As we left the pop-up and traveled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hi to Teo. We'd be happily on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Oh man, it's Teo. How are you doing? Great, but hey, we're on our way to meet someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, laters. And this happened every couple of minutes. Walking to the convention floor was walking through a field of landmines, where instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introductions to people I probably will never see again. Eventually, Teo leads me back to a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major companies' booths, near where he held his dance flash mob. Jesus Christ, reading is hard. What is set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but nope. Teo and I force our way through huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I look around at all the different arcade games that surround us, I notice something's off. There are exactly 0 titles that I recognize. No Dig Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter. Not even a hint of a pinball game. I was starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally called the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, but then IMAX sued them. That's fair. The what? They didn't explain anything to me. They're indie games, my dude. What are all these weird games? I understand nothing. If you'll hush those alluring lips of yours for a second, I'd be more than happy to explain. Okay, I'm hushing now. Totally and completely hushed. Now, where was I? Ah yes, the Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new and upcoming indie arcade games. Any developers get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. That's the dream of the indie dev, to make a game that people enjoy playing. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene, admittedly. Working at Funplex offers me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene, I just never realized that it existed. It's pretty amazing, actually. A community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but they've got a lot of heart, you know? They can't crank out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie developers are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big-name company either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your mind to it. In fact, I bet even you, Louie, can make an arcade game. What say you? My game would be spectacular. I've always been the idea person. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter, or train-driving racer. I got tons of them, just waiting to be turned into a fully fledged game. I used to draw intricate arcade game levels on paper too. Being surrounded by hardworking individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I mean, I can't code or draw, but I can always dream up new ideas. Teo, you don't even know. I've got so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. Oh yeah? What would you make first? I would make... I was gonna say a horror game. Let's go for romance. I'd make a romance game. I don't know exactly how a romance arcade game would work, but I'm all about creating new genres. That's true, I don't know how it would work in an arcade setting, that's not a lot of time. I think some sort of game where you can date and romance people. Yes. Also it takes place in an arcade. A game about arcade romance in an arcade. Yes. Really, the core of the game would take an in-depth look at all the different aspects of arcade communities and how they function and interact with each other. Yes. A bit slow for a coin-op arcade game, but also plenty of kissing and touching butts. Ah, okay, now you're speaking my language, which is the language of love. Too easy. I like it.
Alright!
Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you with all the proper people to launch your second career. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we stepped foot into the Indie Mega Arcade, people have been waving and nodding to Teo, not to mention all these people stopping us on the way to get over here. All the people supporting Teo's flash mob. I'd say more than some friends. You're a popular guy.
What? Come on, that's silly.
He was his hand, waving off the very notion that I know to be true. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. Teo's always been such a crown from the start Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spread to all facets of his life. Dance champion and indie arcade scene champion, huh?
I try to keep my friends' circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect, and they tend to overlap. You know, like at Max. But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here. The biggest downside of Max is just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, you know? I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them. Once again, I've failed my friends. You know, it's a surprise anyone still talks to me anymore.
Oh, jeez. Teo sighs heavily, his mood shifted from excitement to utter solace. This is the second time I've seen Teo show such anxiety today. Life is not all rainbows and puppies, is it? I can relate to his feelings, though. I've dealt with my own insecurities in my own life. My family, notably, and even getting my current job. San Teo is worse Teo. As his friend, I must fix this. You can't please everyone, Teo. Teo puts too much pressure on himself. With the amount of people he knows, it's physically impossible to see everyone. There's literally no way you can meet and hang out with every single person you know. If you had given 15 minutes time to the amount of people I've seen you say hello to, it would take you an entire day to get through them. You exaggerate. Teo, if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that Louis doesn't exaggerate. I only observe and state the objective facts. Usually. It's tough only seeing people you care about every once in a while, but you've been doing a great job. I've seen so many of your friends stop and say hello to you. Plus, they clearly understood when you told them you were busy. Not one left with us without a smile on their face. They really care about you. You know what, Louis? You're right. The more I hang out with Teo, the more I learn about him. It's always something new and something unexpected. Let's bring this back to why we're here. How did you get involved in the indie arcade scene anyway? Through Michelle, the indie developer I want you to meet. I met her a few years ago at a previous Max. I was hanging out with my crew near the dancing games, and she stopped by to play around. She was new to the scene, and I struck up a conversation with her. Much like when I met you. Ah, so there was plenty of flirting then. I cannot help myself when surrounded with such beautiful, wonderful people. And Michelle makes indie arcade games? She's only one of the coolest and most prolific arcade developers in the industry today. She's worked on several big-name indie games, and when she's not working, she's speaking all over the world about arcade development. Calling me impressed. Sounds like Michelle is the sort of influential person who can really help with Extravaganza. She really is. What now, Mateo Alvarez? Michelle, only the worst person I've ever met. As to be expected by somebody of your caliber. Touché. I was just looking for you, by the way. Well, I'm glad I found you then. What's on your mind? I wanted to introduce you to Louis. Nice to meet you. The pleasure is mine. It took me a second, but Michelle totally looks like, uh-oh. You are perchance also a federal agent. Oh, she does look like the agent, doesn't she? This is it. I'm doomed. It was a setup. I'm about to be auditioned to the CIA black site. Who, me? No way. Although my sister, well, I can neither confirm nor deny what she does for a living. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. I'm gonna shut up now. Focus on arcade stuff. I think what Louis is trying to say is that you seem to have a very confident and authoritative expression. That's all. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Got it on the nose. Thanks, Teo. Sure. Okay, let's go with that. Anyway, I spoke with Teo earlier in the day, and he told me you had a business proposition. Consider me all ears. Allow me to elaborate. Louis here was recently appointed as the event manager for the Funplex. Congrats! That's a cute little mom and pop place where Teo gets his groove on, right? I would categorize it more as a grandma and grandpa kind of arcade. It's not the fanciest one out there, but it's got heart. I like an arcade with good heart. It reminds me of my youth. The good old days when you walk into your home away from home, quarter up, and enjoy the company. But I digress, getting too swept up in the memories. Tell me more about the proposal. Louis is putting on a special event at the Funplex called Extravaganza. It's a celebration of the arcade scene. Oh, I will. We're going to have high score competitions, esports stuff, mystery game reveals, the works. I'm going all out on it. And Teo, I take it you're doing a dance event as well? He is, but it'd be great if we can add one more thing to the list. Maybe the premiere of a new indie game? A gasp! Could you possibly mean my game, the Magical Moon Cuties? If you'll allow us the honors. Have I given you the elevator pitch yet? All I know is there are magical schoolgirls, and I'm intrigued. It's a competitive, cooperative puzzle game, where people have to work together to match all the magical orbs before their opponents can. Think 3-player magical drop, but with combo attacks. Everyone plays as a different adorable magical schoolgirl, hence the cuties part. That sounds better than the last time I heard it. Right? I'm pretty excited to share Magical Moon Cuties to the world. I've mostly been doing some very selective demos for media outlets today. So far the general public hasn't been allowed to play it. I've been looking for the perfect place and time to release it. Big publicity would mean I might land a manufacturing contract or publisher, so I could do a wide release. Extravaganza might be a good choice for that, but I'm gonna need a little more convincing. What else you got? Okay, Louis, don't blow this. It's all about the heart of the arcade. Michelle had mentioned earlier that she likes an arcade that has heart and soul. I should appeal to that. You are going to find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. Everyone who frequents there, employees and patrons alike, want nothing more for this event to succeed. This is our chance to show the world our dreams. We've been pouring all our combined energy into making Extravaganza victorious. Teo, myself, all the staff, all the gamers. With Magical Moon Cuties on our side, we can just bring even more heart to this affair. It's a perfect fit for the kind of friendly atmosphere we want, bringing people together. Boy, you got me right in the feels. Plus, I really want to play Magical Moon Cuties too. Huh, fair enough, I was just sassing you anyway. After I discussed it with Teo, I already knew I was going to show Magical Moon Cuties at the Funplex. Love that enthusiasm though. Really? Really? I mean, it's either the Funplex or Deco's Palace, and while Deco is the heavyweight champion of the arcade world, it's not a good fit for my dreams. Great, so it's settled? I think so. I know so. Magical Moon Cuties will have its first playable showing to the public at Extravaganza. I'll hold my prototype cabinet over to your arcade the day before, so you can get it set up. I'd appreciate you keeping it hidden until the event, though. I already bought a mystery concealing tart for our rare game release. Heck, what's one more mystery concealing tart between friends? This will be an event to remember, and I'm thrilled. I can't wait to share the news with everyone. Louis, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, but I should really be thanking you. Sorry to cut this convo short, but Michelle, your next interview is here. It's Mark from Hexagon. Mark, Hexagon, got it. It's so hard to keep track of all these different media outlets. Louis, it's been great. My people will call your people or whatever they do these days. Oh, expect your social media to explode later today. Ta-ta! And in a flash, Michelle wandered back into the crowd of people, her friend leading her into the next interview. Leaving me standing in shock, unable to believe what happened. A top indie designer premiering at my event. I imagined the adorable smiling faces of anime magical schoolgirls. I could practically hear them cheering me on. I knew everything would be okay. This is my life?
Huh?
Nothing, just musing to myself. Out loud, nonetheless. No worries, I do that all the time. Mostly when I'm alone, though.
Love it.
But overall, that went really well. I'm glad that Michelle was really excited to bring her game to Funplex. Me too. Honestly, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. What, with you helping me raise the hype with your flash dance, Mom? I feel like Extravaganza is going to be amazing. That's the spirit. I never doubted you for a second. I was about to reply with totally witty retort about doubting and time. However, we were interrupted by the sounds of a bell chime. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. It's over already? And I was just getting started. I've barely seen anything yet. I could do this at least for another 4 hours. I am frightened and confused as to how you still have so much energy left, Teo. I amaze even myself sometimes. As for me, I was exhausted, allowing yawns to escape from my mouth. Well, I'm officially pooped and ready to go home. Before you go, yeah, Teo?
Hey, before you go, you wanna, like, maybe go get dinner with me?
Huh? Is this really happening? Am I seeing the smooth talking, winning Teo act would have a loss for words? His face flushed and his confidence stuttered. Holy crap, Teo is actually nervous.
I mean, it's been such a long day and I haven't seen you eat anything. And I'm really hungry, so I figured I'd extend the invitation. No one likes eating alone, right?
I realized I was staring at Teo wide-eyed and hadn't really responded yet. I was letting him babble on, trying desperately to keep his composure. I should say something, but I should also be very clear about my intentions. It's a date then. Only if you call it a date. How about it? I can't help it, I've got to tease him a little more. It's only fair since he's flirted with me so many times.
So, I mean, if you,
I gave him my most flirty wink, doubled with a sassy smile. Okay, there's teasing and there's cruelty. I let him off the hook. Relax, yes, let's go grab some grub. I'd love to share a meal with you, Teo. Thank you. Teo relaxes when I declare my intention simply and with a bit of whimsy.
all right. Well, consider it a date then. How about the food court here at the convention center?
You know, the one about 50 feet over yonder, smells of fried oil and ridiculously overpriced food. You sold me on the fried oil smell. Hahaha, great. I've got a hankering for some fries. Me too. Teo and I continued our conversation as we walked over to the closest food vendor, tucked away within one of the many expo halls. Serving, we each ordered the biggest serving of fries. and when we both sat down to enjoy our fried potato delicacies, we didn't realize that one order would have been sufficient to feed us both. We both laughed happily at our melt and our fries. It's a fry folly. There's no way we can finish this all. Today, if we set our hearts and stomachs to the task, we can conquer them all. Together with you, we can conquer anything. Oh look, the Funplex thing is up on the billboard, on the TV in the center. Oh, that's super cool. We came damn close to finishing our food. But in the end, the tasty potatoes reigned supreme. With our hands resting on our bellies and groans leaving our lips, we waddled away from the table we shared.
Hey, thanks for spending the whole day with me. You know, I had a ton of fun.
You know what? I did too. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. I'd be up for that. Call me whenever you like. I lean over and give Teo a quick hug. He stands still, somewhat stunned by the whole situation. I turn away before he can see my cheeks blush. All in all, a successful day. Beep beep. Lily, you have a new text message. Operation Hot Dog Takedown. Mission complete. Asset extracted and heading home for a leisurely bath and some anime. Huh? Jack the video signals, signs, and snuck away.
Good work.
Look at the screens. Our flyer's airing there, now. Wow, I didn't know Ashley's a hacker. Maybe we should swap tips. I'd like the Funplex to commit fewer felonies rather than more, Iris. Aw, okay. Right. Time to head home. I promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit over the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice. Refreshing. I had a much better smell than the one I had been around all day. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up to me. So, how was your first Max, Louie? It was fantastic. The amount of support I got from my friends today was amazing. I know I can always count on them, and I feel like we've bonded closer as friends. I can't wait to go back next year. As to be expected with a convention. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked 30% of what anyone else would have, yeah? How do you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering, and like any good caterer, it means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push extravaganza and to promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it, so rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained. I kinda envy you, you know? It sounds like you had some great adventures today, other than designing that flyer. I didn't do that much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff, but let me tell you, they are really super cute t-shirts. I'm glad I could support you though, even if it was just, you know, by doodling up a flyer. It's hardly a doodle, you did a great work on the flyer. Hey, don't sell yourself short. The flyer looks super professional, I mean, no Comic Sans, but still, pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lily. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's get home and get some real rest. We've both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it... Juniper, don't. To the max! Ugh. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a bit of a blur. I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I safely made it into my comfy bed. I think I was still in shock. At the beginning of this day, I thought that no one was going to know about Extravaganza. We'd be stuck at the relatively unknown mom and pop arcade. But now, it seems like the whole world knows. Which is great, but also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift to sleep. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about all I've done. I hope they're proud of me too. And before I know it, extravaganza will be upon us. Ooh, that was so loud. You've cleared level 3 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now, let's see your score. Oh, Naomi's still pretty up there. Yay! And we got Taeyong to go much higher than what he was before. Gavin sunk a little bit. That's okay. And our highest thing is with Heart. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 10,450 points. Go for the high score. I actually don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Do you want to save your game? Yes, save the game. And then go to the main menu. Alright, that's it for today's episode. So convention, huh? Didn't expect that. So that was a lot of fun. I love conventions. There's a, near where I live, there's a big anime convention that I go to not every year, but every couple of years, just because it's expensive. And it's always around Easter, which is hard, because holidays. But, conventions are so much fun. If you've never been to one, I totally recommend it at least once. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I've never been as a vendor or as a like caterer, as they said in this episode. I've always been as a patron. I couldn't imagine having to post panels or promote something at one of those. That would be exhausting, just like it was for our character today. But yeah, that's super cool. So I wonder if next episode is going to be the actual event, and if that's going to be like the climax of our story, or if something else is going to happen in between. I am curious about that. We got to hang out with Teo a lot, so that's cool. Poor Ashley didn't hang out with her like at all. Hacking the thing didn't make sense to me. They're gonna know it's us. At least this way it's not my fault. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this one. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. You guys are really the best. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode of Arcade Spirits. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!